So Vegito is by far one of the most powerful characters within the Dragon Ball franchise, and people have the stipulation that he's like the strongest character ever, and while that was true in Dragon Ball Z during the Buu saga, it definitely got to the point where Vegito was really not that impressive, and people still believe that, oh, it's impossible that Goku and Vegeta have surpassed him, it's impossible that Beerus is still above him. People might even think that Vegito's like angel level, or that he's gonna fight the Grand Priest, as I've seen in a lot of fan art or, you know, fan animations, which it's not gonna happen, guys. But as hard as it might be to believe, it is very possible that Goku and Vegeta alike at the end of the Tournament of Power, without Ultra Instinct or any of that pizzazz with Goku, they're a lot more powerful than Vegito Blue from the Goku Black arc. And with me today, I have Perry the Programming Pussy. Say what's up.
Hello.
And yeah, we're gonna go over why it is very possible that Goku and Vegeta have surpassed Vegito. So without further ado, get us started, hombre.
So yeah, let's just go over what it means to become stronger than Vegito. So the entire way that they hyped up Beerus was done two ways. So they had Beerus slap everyone in the Buu saga. Basically, they had Beerus slap Mystic Gohan or Ultimate Gohan, although in the Super Anime it's a little questionable. Had him slap Gotenks, had him slap Vegeta, had him slap Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then the icing on the cake to say this guy is stronger than anything in the Buu saga was to say, even if we fused into Vegito, we could not take him. All that's really being established here is Beerus, even when suppressed, is beyond anything in the Buu saga. So we need a power, we need a form that surpasses the Buu saga for ourselves, and that form is Super Saiyan God. So Super Saiyan God Goku surpassed Super Vegito, and this is quite evident as Goku, even from suppressed Beerus, thought, okay, Beerus is just going to Bukake me, even if I fuse into Vegito. But with God, he was questioning. He wasn't sure if he could or not. In fact, the power increase he felt in his God form was so exponential that he couldn't even really control his movements. Like, he was stumbling through the air, he was tumbling around, and whenever he punched the air, he was going to destroy the universe because he had no proper ki control with the massive increase in power he had. So people will generally agree that God Goku surpassed Super Vegito. So it's not impossible for a character to surpass their fusion self from the past. In fact, I would say it makes a lot of sense, because a fusion between Goku and Vegeta is only supposed to be really the strongest force at that particular time and place to defeat whoever's in front of them. It doesn't need to be a permanent placement on the hierarchy. You could still surpass Vegito. So I think from there, you could pretty much establish that, yes, they can surpass Vegito later in the show.
Yeah, and when you actually analyze the battle between Zamasu and Vegito, they were pretty much toe-to-toe. Once Zamasu was getting like a lot more powerful, right? He got his purple fat arm, as it is famously called. Yeah. And yes, Vegito was messing with him at the start. He was like, oh, like, look, you're supposed to be immortal, but you're feeling pain. Like, is this how powerful a god is supposed to be? But then Zamasu was getting exponentially powerful to the point that he was actually able to tank Vegito's final Kamehameha. And then Vegito was like, okay, you know what? I need to finish this bitch off. And he punched him, like, you know, turning him into smoke. And then that's when the fusion finally ran out. But the matter of the fact is that Zamasu and Vegito were really close in power, you know, at the very peak of the battle. And then we see in episode 110, when Jiren finally fights against Goku, that it is stated by Supreme Kai, you know, we as well, you know, Beerus is like, oh shit, like, is this a power from one warrior? That Jiren is like the strongest guy they had ever faced. And Supreme Kai says, okay, he is just powerful, plain and simple. And obviously he was there when Zamasu was getting his shit kicked in. So this means that, hey, he's beyond Merge Zamasu at that point. He powers up more against the Spirit Bomb. That is when we says, oh yeah, he might be like a god of destruction. And you brought this up during the K-Flip video, which got a lot of people butt mad. but when Vegeta unleashed the final flash against Jiren, you could very well argue that it was very comparable to a Spirit Bomb, perhaps greater, because Jiren actually like braced himself against it, right? Well, the Spirit Bomb, he just like glared away pretty much.
And Tien makes the direct comparison between the two as well.
So it is very clear that Vegeta and Goku with like these techniques are like far superior to the Spirit Bomb that was able to Bukake Zamasu, right?
This is after Goku and Vegeta get stronger, though, obviously. The Spirit Bomb isn't Goku's own strength, but when Vegeta used the Final Flash, he did get a lot stronger fighting Jiren in a short period of time, actually. Like, he looked at his movements and he increased his strength a lot. This is also shown mainly because what happens is, okay, so the Spirit Bomb argument is good, right? But it gets solidified even more later on because that Jiren that blinked it away, wow, that's stronger than anybody, right? And then Jiren powers up even more to the point that Vermod's like, I've never seen Jiren use this much in a long time. And even when he was suppressed, that was enough to convince the Kai this is stronger than anybody, blah, blah, blah. Is this really one guy from Beers? But and then he starts using even more, it's just game over. It's just absolutely game over. And then Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Vegeta, and constant Zenkai post-Omen crazy increase Goku over here, which I'll get into more details in a video on my own. They're able to push this Jiren even further than he already was before. Whereas Vegito, who is stronger than Goku and Vegeta working together, were struggling just to fight Merge Zamasu. Whereas here's Goku and Vegeta not fused, fighting a way, way stronger opponent than Zamasu. And I think that kind of speaks for itself. I'd like to hear your extra opinions on it, though.
Yeah, another point is that when Vegeta is facing off against Jiren, like in the first encounter, he says, wow, this is like the strongest guy I've ever felt, like the strongest guy we've ever fought before. So even that Jiren, before powering up more against them, was already more powerful than, actually, he powered up even more than he did against the Spirit Bomb at that point, possibly.
Dude, he powered up like 8 times. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, basically. And that Vegeta was able to like see his movements and was even able to, punch him a bit. And that's why Belmont was like, oh, wow, fucking Jiren's gonna get shit on, right?
Yeah.
He was just overreacting over everything. But another interesting point was that, like regarding Kefla, she was comparable to like a second trigger Ultra Instinct Goku, right? Even at that point, Jiren was like, whatever. But then, he fought against that post Zenkai Goku. So that should tell you, hey, maybe post Zenkai Super Saiyan Blue Goku is like more powerful than the first trigger, on that special. It is very possible. Jiren was pushed to power up like twice during that whole encounter. And then even more after 17 came in and stuff like that. I mean, not only do we see Goku get a lot of Zenkais throughout the battle, but at the very end of the tournament, we see that he's like heavily beat up. So hey, he probably got another Zenkai after that too.
His base form becomes ridiculously strong to the point where his base form does more to push back Jiren than Golden Frieza and 17 combined. And 17, he doesn't get weaker as time goes on. He has infinite stamina and power. Like, he was damaged, so maybe like his movements were a little bit more limited. However, his energy remains just as strong because it's infinite. So Goku was more relevant than both of them, and his fatigued could barely move base form. And then him and Frieza like go full plot mode on Jiren and just like bully him out of the ring. So yeah, it's very clear that Goku surpassed Blue Vegito in the Goku Black arc. A lot of people aren't okay with that for some reason. It's really not maybe so proud. It's probably not going to happen in the manga. The manga is probably going to defend Vegito a little bit more because basically what happened is Toei kind of wrote Vegito into like a pile of shit in the way that they tried to hype up Jiren. Like, I think they hyped up Jiren too early. Maybe they should have did what like Toyotaro did, where Goku and Hit try to fight him together and then he just bodies Hit or something, instead of saying he's the strongest we've ever fought, even while heavily suppressed. Like, it just wrote Vegito into this shitstorm and scaling. And when you get into a debate and everything is against him like that, just for the sake of like hype, it's just, you can't defend Vegito at all. It just doesn't work. And Goku and Vegeta just got so much more powerful as the tournament went on, which I will go into detail on my channel extremely. I'll probably prove base Goku slaps Vegito somehow. No promises though. Anyways, guys, yeah, that's all I really have to say. I don't know if Chuck has any more, but That's all I have.
Okay, and also recently, there was actually like this information that Herms actually brought up on Twitter that was like these cards that kind of scale up the characters. Some of them are really idiotic, you know, the placings, because they really don't make any sense. Yeah, really questionable. But it at least implies that Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren are above Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Seth will go more into detail as to why some placings really are like, okay, what the fuck is this, man?
Yeah, even Herms made a joke, like, clearly the most canon of canon sources, this card game. But yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video on that as well, which should be out pretty soon, probably before this video is. So hope you guys look out for that.
Yeah, but anyways, guys, I really hope this answered your question. Yes, Goku and Vegeta surpassed him. Vegito's not the strongest motherfucker ever, okay? Thank you for watching. Check out Seth's channel. He's going to be talking about My Hero Academia and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll catch you thoughts next time. Peace out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, brother.